Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day, my friends. Guys, please subscribe, like the video, leave me a comment, and by all means, share it with somebody who might get something out of it. How is everybody today, guys? Hope you all having a good day. Better day today. Great day today, guys. Every day is a great day. Every day, I surrendered my will to God. I got off drugs, and I'm building my life, right? I'm building this beautiful foundation. Every day is glorious. My allergies are a little better today than they were yesterday. They're still not great. My head's still half clogged. But the Zyzol I started taking last night seems to be working well. So again, guys, so always, don't accept the status quo. Always try to make things better. Today's NA meditation, just for today meditation, guys, was about the fourth step. We're not gonna really get into that. I haven't finished going through the steps, and I'm not. That's really very boxy. So we're gonna. But I will take a slogan. And the affirmation statement from that was, "I fear what I don't know, so I will expose my fears and allow them to vanish." And I think that's beautiful, guys. That is typically the case. We fear what we don't know, or what we know that we don't want to come to light, and it is so incredibly freeing when you let those things go. Expose the truth, live your truth, and be willing, but be willing to make amends where necessary, and make things better. And where you're doing, where you're coming up short, apologize and change those behaviors, and then let them go. You can't carry resentment. That every one of us needs to understand the power we hold to control our own lives, to change the course of our lives with simple steps. And as a matter of fact, I started doing the my second Tony Robbins seminar today, and one of the key points we're gonna talk about, guys, it was 3 keys to breakthrough, which are the state of your emotions, so your emotional state, your story, and your strategy. And I think that sums it up so incredibly well. The first thing you've got to change is your emotional state. If you're in a depressive, and again, guys, if you are dealing with a diagnosed medical condition, by all means seek professional help. Don't ever take what myself or anybody else online telling you. And again, by all means, look into holistic cures, and whenever possible, because anything natural is always going to be better if it's going to work for you. But again, if you have some sort of a chemical imbalance or something, and I don't mean that in the kindest and the most respectful way, that you need medication for, guys, by all means, there's no shame in that, right? Again, I'm still taking my Sublocade monthly because it's an opiate blocker, and it protects me, right, in case I do have a mental weakness day. And so, guys, always seek professional help, but when possible, go natural, and but try to work on things so you can eventually have an exit strategy, as I always say, to getting off medications where possible. That's not always the case. If you have, if I were to be diagnosed with cancer, and they told me there's medication I could take that are gonna help me beat it, then by all means I'm gonna take it, right? Things of that nature. But wherever possible, go after the holistic, guys. Natural is always better. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Your emotional state is the first thing you need. And this is the thing for me, guys. What kept me stuck in addiction for as long as it did was my emotional state. I didn't give myself any attention, really. And and where attention goes, energy flows, right? And I was just running around trying to make myself important in everybody else's life, so therefore I would feel important in my own, and it did exactly the opposite. I felt less and less important constantly because I was giving other people the power over me. Now, the most important lesson that I've learned as of late, guys and ladies and gentlemen, is that the power that I have comes directly from God, my higher power. Call your higher power what you will, but you gotta find your higher power, and you gotta develop a relationship with your higher power. Developing a relationship with God, my higher power, whom I choose to call God, has been the single most important thing in changing my life, and it's been the most incredibly powerful thing. By giving my power to God, or inviting God into my heart and into my life, I've been given my power back over my life. I've been given the insight, right? I was able to get introspective and figure out what it was that was so out of balance with me that was causing me to be stuck in addiction. And again, I say it all the time, nobody's truly stuck once you acknowledge where you feel like you're stuck, and then you can actually do things about it. Now, knowledge without action is useless, guys, and that's the thing. So you've got to learn these things, and then you've got to apply them in your life, and that's the important thing, guys. So again, your emotional state, you want to get yourself into a peak, and even if you're feeling good, if you want to take things to the next level, you want to make your life better, get involved, get enthused, right? Enthusiasm. You got to find things that you're passionate about, and then start applying them to your life. Go, whatever you're passionate about, but spend time doing that, talking about it, researching it, and volunteering or helping somebody else in that field. Chase your passions, chase your joy, bring yourself to a peak emotional state when you want to start making changes and finding breakthroughs in your life. Another thing Tony taught me, we learned today, was there was a thing called heart math, right? If you stop and place your hands over your heart and close your eyes and breathe deeply and just focus on the beating of your heart for 2 minutes, it literally change your heart and your brain will come into a rhythm. It's been proven by literally EKG and ECC scans on people. If you're stressed out, your two scans are bouncing all over. Your brain's doing one thing, your heart's doing another. When you stop, and it's basically meditation, and that's what prayer is. Prayer and meditation, or prayer is a form of meditation. Meditation is the way you learn to control your mind, which then controls your body. And very simple. If you guys have a hard time meditating, I was so happy when Tony taught us this today, because I'm like, I can share that. That's something that's huge for people. Put your hands over your heart, close your eyes, a couple of deep breaths, and then literally just put all your focus on the beating of your heart. And it will literally slow your brain down, and your brain and your heart will match, and they'll start going on the same rhythm. And that's what's called a flow state. When people are going through breakthroughs and they're in a peak emotional state, what it does, and you may be more ramped up at that point, but a good way to start it is this exercise I'm telling you about. What it does is it creates what people talk about the flow state. Well, that's when you get into flow state, because your body, your heart, and your brain are in alignment. And just like I talk about alignment with your higher power, alignment with God, alignment with your soul's purpose, it's the same thing in a different form, and it's incredibly beautiful, guys. I tried this exercise this afternoon, and in the clarity that it brings to your thinking process, your ability when you're trying to, if you're stuck on something and you're starting to get stressed out, try it. Try this and try other things, guys. A big part of why things are starting to go so incredibly well for me today is because I'm getting outside of my own way. All these things that I would have laughed at previously, I'm now saying, well, okay, let me try this, right? So many people that are successful are doing these things, and I'm failing miserably. Let me try doing what the winners are doing, right? What the people that are actually getting somewhere are doing, and I'm picking and choosing the things that work for me. But I'm finding more often than not, these things are incredibly effective. Incredibly effective. I've taken my power back because I've surrendered my will to God. And now God has given me the power over my life because He sees I have a desire to help other people. And in doing so, He's bringing me these beautiful blessings in twofold. So that I have more ambition and more desire, and also more resources to help other people. Like, this is what happens when you start getting in alignment with your soul's true purpose. Find yours. This doesn't have to be mine. It's more than likely not going to be mine. I have a pretty unique story. And then it's the other thing, guys. I used to carry so much guilt and shame about my story. And it's one thing, like I noticed today, I was on the VIP, so I was a Zoom, and I was able to interact with people on the chat. And like, I'm proud to say that I'm a recovering addict today, where that used to be horrifying to me. Today, that's not the case. Like, I'm so proud of it because I'm doing so much in my life to help other addicts, other alcoholics in recovery, and encourage others to get there, that it literally has taken that shame away. It's taken that dirty secret of mine and made it a powerful beacon of light. And this is what you can do. I've done this in my life. You can do the same. And, change the details to fit your situation. But if you do the work, this is the results that you get. And then then everything gets into that flow state, and things just start going. Like, guys, the business, the scholarship to Harvard, the casino win, the pickup truck, the rent help, the blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Opening my business legally, and everything is just flowing beautifully because I'm getting myself into a proper state where I want to engage with life. I want to go out and make a difference in the world, and I'm taking action. Everything has to have action behind it, guys. Faith without work is dead, right? You've got to take action on the things that you're learning and the desires that you have. So, that's the state of your emotions, right? So, and then it's your story. It's your inner monologue, just like I talk about all the time. You can't speak ill of yourself. You can't think bad things of yourself. None of us are perfect. We all have insecurities. We all make mistakes, and we've all failed. We've all been in relationships where we were the victim, and we've all been in relationships when we were the one, that didn't act so well, right? So kind. And that's just part of life, guys. But we got to let that stuff go, and you got to start looking at your strengths and looking at your desires that are positive and start acting upon them, and changing the story instead of telling yourself, like I was talking about in the previous video. Instead of psyching yourself up by saying, well, I can't do this, I don't have the experience, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not strong enough, I'm not blah blah blah, whatever. Stop that. You are enough. You are worthy. Every one of us is worthy. We are all here for a reason. We can all make a positive impact on the world around us. But that can only happen once we start thinking positively of ourselves. And our entire world revolves around the way that we think and we speak to ourselves. You've got to talk to yourself in a kinder, more compassionate way. You know what you've been through. I do not. Like, I know what I've been through, and I know what I've been through would kill most people. Most people wouldn't be up here talking and trying to encourage others to do better. But somehow that was given to me. That was a gift directly from God. Instead of getting cold and callous, I mean, most people that have, been through 4 years of homelessness and been to prison 15 times and died a couple of times, they develop callous, and they get hard, and they get mean, and they want to get over on people, and they lose hope. I've been given hope. I've been given compassion. I've been made aware of the fact that I've always had this kindness within me, and I finally understood that is what matters to me, and I got to start acting on that. So now I'm in a service business. I'm running service websites. Like, this is what matters to me, and therefore I'm being blessed because I'm now in alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm here to do. I don't know all the answers yet, guys. This is just the beginning. I've only just, I'm in early days here, but I'm well on my way, and things are picking up quickly, and they're progressing beautifully. So then the third is strategy, guys, and that's what I'm working on now. Now that I'm starting to figure out what it is that matters to me, and again, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Things don't happen overnight. I haven't even really figured out my strategy yet. I've just been following the clues and the signs and synchronicities that the universe, God, Spirit, Buddha, Allah, whatever, feeds to me, right? And it's teaching me all these beautiful things along the way, and I've already come so far. And I'm just now starting to look at my long-term strategy. And I'm, weighing the options, and I'm trying different things, and I'm trying to see what's going to fit for me and how it's going to look for me. You don't have to have the answers, guys, and that's the thing. I've been taking action for months, and I still don't have my strategy. But the reason things are progressing, and I'm at a point now where I actually have options, is because I started taking action. So that's the most important thing, guys. Take action. Even if it's a baby step. Even if it's just, starting to speak highly of yourself to yourself. That's an action. But take action, take positive action, and keep it moving. And then pay close attention to your thoughts and feelings, and figure out where it is that you're that you need improvement, and then work on those, guys. When you do these things, I promise you, your life will get better. You will start to think more highly of yourself, and the more highly you think of yourself, the more beautiful experiences will be attracted to you. You will magnetize miracles into your life, and you are worthy of that. I am worthy of that, and a year ago, I looked at myself as about the most unworthy. The way I would speak to myself was terrible, guys, and that's what's kept me stuck. I don't do that today, and my life is changing incredibly beautifully and incredibly fast. All right, guys, we're going to leave it at that. I swear it's going to be, I'm going to start trying to make 5-minute videos to see if I get a higher engagement and grow better, but you know what? It just gets going, and I'm passionate about this stuff, guys. It means the world to me. You guys mean the world to me. Making a difference in this world is now my passion, and that makes me proud. And that's something I was never able to say about myself before, is that I was proud of who I am. Well, today I'm proud of who I'm becoming. I've got a long way to go. I still have a lot of shortcomings, but I'm working on them. And every time one comes to my attention, I take deliberate action to overcome that shortcoming. And that's why things are going so incredibly well. Guys, always remember, God loves you. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it so much more than you possibly know. Be safe. Be blessed. We will see you tomorrow.